There you go. Now it's recording.
Okay, so first of all, I want you guys to remember three of words is like 10, dynasty, and this the wicked and glorious. Okay. And 10 dynasty is a period of in Chinese history. The 10 is also a name of the key. And then actually, I think you know those words, but I don't know, and then I read down the here.
Let's see, do you know distinguished?
Yeah.
Good. She knows it.
Yeah.
Sulema, do you know glorious?
Actually, we talking about this word in the
Glorious is when you put your cell phone in your pocket and you pay totally glorious attention.
Any question about that?
Should we move to the next slide?
Yeah.
Oh my God, did you see that?
His poem just like food to nourish people's mind, because when he wrote the poem, and all poem is related to the life and teaching people how to be better. Yeah.
This poem is just like food to nourish people's minds.
Yeah.
Maybe if we turn the lights off, Samira,
You
maybe
can
it
see
would be
more, yeah.
easier to read that slide.
Yeah.
You know, that picture reminds me of the Chinese, or it was a Japanese picture that we did in art class.
I found this picture in the website.
I'm just saying it reminds me of that Chinese art that we did in writing class. You remember you know the one I'm talking about with the big ocean wave?
Yeah.
Do you see the similarities in the art
Similarity.
between the picture of the big wave and that picture there?
You know what? Remember the
This picture
that
is
we read about?
White wave?
Yeah.
The art in white wave reminds me of that art too. There's a certain thing about Chinese, or at least Eastern art, that has a lot of similarities.
And most of the time it's ocean of air, right?
I don't know. It may be air, ocean, waves, things that are moving, that's flowing. See how the river flows, and the wave in that picture flowed, and then white wave, the rice flowed out of the, I don't know. I like that. How did he do that?
I found his picture read by some article, but I don't find the really picture, because this guy born in the past time, and so I don't know. It's
So
long
you don't
time
have
ago.
the day that he was born?
So what?
You don't have the day that he was born?
I'm sorry.
You don't have the day that he was born?
Yeah, I have. Because in that time, I think a human doesn't have the camera to take picture. So yeah, I don't find it.
Is this a real picture?
Well, no. Actually, people just imagine and then to write down like that.
They just random, right?
Yeah.
The next one.
His name is Libe. He born in 601 and died 6 762. He is the poet, and people called him like the god of poet. And he wrote this poet because he was missing his homeland. He was outside the homeland, living there, so he was missing his family, I guess. Yeah.
Tang Dynasty was a very important dynasty in Chinese history, wasn't it?
Tang Dynasty? Yeah, I think it's important.
What was significant about the Tang Dynasty?
Well, I don't know. Let me see.
Why was he called the god of poets?
Because people think he is the best poet. Yeah. And he have a lot of students who are trying to learn how to make the poets.
Why didn't they just call him the best of poets then?
Because he can make a poet in the 7th state. Yeah, he can. He are so smart, intelligent, you know. So
Why
I think that's
do you
why
think
people.
he's intelligent?
Because you know, in Tibet, and I mean in Chinese language, and it's really hard to make a poem. They when they making poem, they are just like 5 syllable, 7 syllable. You know, one word is 1 syllable, and then this word represent a lot of things, but it's hard to write it. Yeah. Does it make sense? As I said, he can make a poem in 7 states.
Why in 7 steps? Why in 7 steps?
He going 1, 2, 3, 7 steps, and he can make one poem.
Oh, he's so fast.
Yeah. He made this poem because when he saw the moon and coming out, and then his family often like to view the moon with him when he was young, and then when he see the moon coming out, he was missing his family homeland. Yeah.
Oh, that's his handwriting?
Yes. He got a.
But you told me that you could not read that writing, right?
Yeah.
That the characters are very difficult to read.
I can.
It's a very old style. But on the side, on the left side,
This side I can. Actually, I can.
you can read the left side, right? Because that's relatively new.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah. Is that very readable?
You know, I don't know how to explain that.
It's old style. They
Yeah.
changed in
Old.
1949. Or about that time, they simplified Chinese so that it'd be like if they made English easier to spell.
Yeah.
That would be good, Terry.
What?
That would be good. If they make English better.
I know. I think a lot about that.
We go next.
The next slide.
Any question there?
No.
This is the port. Can I read, right?
What?
Okay.
Go show.
That's the point?
Yeah, that's the port. It's title and this is the name of the author and this is the book. So I will read it. 晋元思李白，窗前明月光，疑是地上霜。举头望明月，低头思故乡。Yeah.
Well, that's good. That was great.
Could you read it again? And read it slower.
Slower.
Now, tell me whether or not it rhymes, whether or not there's assonance,
Okay.
and whether or not there's meter. Is there a beat to it? Okay, go.
静夜思，李白。窗前明月光，疑是地上霜。举头望明月，低头思故乡。
No, that's not well.
That's good. That's the best I've heard.
You wanna
So,
get?
Fardosa, does it rhyme?
I think they have.
Maybe. Yeah.
We will see.
It sounds like music to me.
The poem translated.
Do you want me to read it?
Okay.
Go. No, you read it.
I wake and the moonbeams lay around my back. Galaxy like pour forth to my wandering eye. Upward the glorious move. I raise my hand. Then I lay me down, and the thought of my arise.
So, which sounds better,
The other
the Chinese or
The
the
Chinese
English?
one, yeah.
The English one, because we can see the line.
You like the English one better because
Because it has a clear line.
No, the way they saw.
you can hear the rhyme better in English?
Yeah.
And it's A-B-A-B.
It is. It is. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I thought the rhyme was A-A-B-B in Chinese. But I could hear, I swear I could hear the rhyme.
In Chinese?
Yeah, I could. Of course, I've studied Chinese, but I don't speak it or anything, so I don't know much more about it than anybody else in here except you. Okay, so what's it mean?
What's it mean? Actually, it means when the moonlight coming through the window to his bed, and then he he said that right here they said the poet are living far away the homeland, and he was hard working under daylight, and he have no more patience for missing his homeland. And at night when he sleep, and he was missing, and he have got like free time, and he was thinking about the homeland.
So, am I to understand it's a poem about, what do you call that when you really want to, you miss your home, you're homesick?
Yeah, this is like homesick. This is another translate. Beside my bed, a pool of light. It is pour forth underground. I lift my eye and see the moon. I bend my head and think of hope.
I think no one's better than ours.
This one?
why.
Why?
How do I understand that?
Yeah, the symbol and clear.
Yeah, it's like easy to see, understand, but it's not like the rhyme. But
Yeah, it doesn't rhyme.
yeah,
It doesn't give you the feeling of the beauty of the poem, but it's easier to understand the meaning. Although I don't know what hoarfrost is.
I got a
Overall?
question for you.
okay, good.
It seems like this poem is so short. Why?
So short, why? Well,
It is just very one stanza.
you know, the other translators try to make the rhyme and they try to make the main idea, you know. That's why I think it's gonna be long word. This just shows like a main idea.
And the other one was also short.
Yeah, that's why we say the other one is better.
The music?
The imagery of the poem. As I highlighted the movie like this, when we read this and we can see the moon, we can see in your mind the moonlight.
Does it work the same way in Chinese?
Yeah. The rhyme of the poem.
Ooh. Look at that.
And I made the poem in the Chinese people call the pinyin. Yeah. And then I think that this goes like that. But I'm not pretty sure.
So, Khalid, you can read that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think almost anybody can read that.
Sure,
The Q sounds
me,
like
you,
what,
Jan.
Kashi?
This one?
Yeah, what's that sound like?
Qi.
Qi? Qian?
Yeah.
Shuang, Qian, Ning, Yue.
有语言，
Huang.
一
So
喜
when,
必成。
when you see, I think, now correct me if I'm wrong, when you see this going up, it means Chuang,
Huang.
Qian.
Yeah.
And when you see it going down like this, it means Yue.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's that edit? Bisa mana bisa mana?
Chinese is a tonal language, and there are 4 tones in Mandarin Chinese. I have no idea what
Bisa tak kalau what?
the original language was. But some
Ukulele.
Chinese languages have as many as 7 tones. But when you say a word a different way, then it means a different thing.
Yeah.
So if I say ma, I'm asking a question. But if I say ma, what am I saying? Ma. Ma.
Telling somebody something.
No, it's a different word. It's horse and hare and I don't know. Sorry, I don't remember it very well. But the rhyme pattern is different than what I expected, and it's the rhyme pattern is different than the English translation. So can you read that one more time?
This one?
Yeah.
树点，
床前明月光. Should I read it slowly or?
Yeah, read it slowly.
床前明月光，疑是地上霜。举头望明月，低头思故乡。
哇，
Nice.
It's poetry.
apa?
Origin of the poem. What's the origin?
Allusion means that it relates to some other part of Chinese literature, something else that we know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. this is last two sentences of the quote. That means when he lift his hand up, see the moon, and he think about the homeland. Because in Chinese culture and in the every month of the 15th day, they have like no, not every month. I think like August. I think they have like a holiday. That means that day they will make a cookie called the cookie, and they will eating the cookie and to view the moon. You know, I'm not sure there's August. I forgot. I think I don't know. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be related to that holiday, right?
Okay. It's okay to look these things up before you give the presentation. But yeah, I get what you mean. So it's an allusion to a common holiday that everybody would know. And that helps us understand something about Chinese culture. What would that be, Tashi?
What?
What we're understanding here about Chinese culture.
You can understand the holiday of Chinese Day.
Holidays.
But they did not say anything about that. I made just guess.
Well, moon is has a connotation of time in Chinese culture. They didn't really count the months by months the way we do, by a calendar, so much as by the moons. So moons is an allusion to the passing of time. Okay.
Stanza of the poem. Okay, one letter is one syllable, so we can see so clearly.
One character, right?
Yeah.
One character is one syllable.
Yeah. One syllable, one syllable.
But the poem contains just one paragraph. How can we know?
One paragraph? You know,
One stanza? Oh, I don't know. It's very short.
yeah. Most of poems is like that. If they are not like stanzas and the more than like that sentence, it's not called the poet in Chinese language. They will call another.
Another form?
Yeah.
Actually, what is this character and this character and this?
This one, actually this mean, if we only say this, it's tomorrow. And if you say this are together, then goes moonlight.
Tomorrow's moonlight.
No.
Oh, together they mean moonlight.
Moonlight. If we say 明天, they will say tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
This letter mean.
Uh-huh. And the
If
other
we
character
say
means
together
moon.
with this, and then moonlight. Yeah. And this is it's moon.
What does stanzas mean?
What does it mean? What you say that what's mean?
No, what does stanzas mean?
Stanzas. Stanzas is like how to explain that?
Kind of like a paragraph.
Yeah, paragraph. The sentences is same, right? Same how many words they have.
Yeah.
I think
Chinese stanzas are very strict in that it has the same number of sounds in every line. You can count, there's 5 characters in every line. There's something perfect about it.
Almost all the words look the same.
personification. And yeah, this is a personification. The moon doesn't play like human. Right.
Can you think of what does play, Sulima? Personification here we're talking about. Do you know what I mean, Mohammed?
Personification?
Yeah, the moonbeams play around like that.
Yeah. It's like, I just imagine it, the moon, it's not real, but it's imaginary. The moon is
No, it's the moon, like, right? Like, at the night, when you're, like, in your room, and your bed is close to the window, and the moon reflects, like, the light of the moon passes through the window.
And it's
Right.
playing with you.
Right.
The sillification.
What is sillification?
Sillification means the do you know the in the fifth period Terry give us like sheet
Yeah.
with the celebration and then we mark.
Sillification?
Well, I think in Chinese it's really very, very strict and very straightforward. There are 5 syllables in every line
Yeah.
of this form of poem.
Means earphone.
So is this a birth of your born or is a sillification that you made and different is like?
No, I found this in poem.
It's a form of writing that the Chinese use sometimes so for people like us to read it.
When you learning
So what I'm saying is that when you're making the sillification, are you gonna making it for different slides or you are doing in the book?
I'm doing in the poem.
Is this the book?
I read this because this is the part of the Chinese. It's for how to pronounce the Chinese. You know? Actually, I can read that.
Oh, you want me to? Oh, and instead of using that marker, use a marker like this. But does that?
Bây giờ là nó làm sao? أختي سمو. وأشوف إذا نقول ما يستاهل.
Well, Tasha, we've got another presentation, so we're going to run out of time here. So, is there one last thing you wanted to say about this? Samira, are we losing you? Did you answer your question?
Excuse me?
I can answer you tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
I didn't know whether your question had been answered or not. Okay.
No, you should answer my question. Why?
Well, you
Bibliography.
I'm waiting here to answer.
okay, so Google was search for 0.17 seconds,
Yeah.
1700ths of a second. Why do we...
What? I don't know. Then put it in the second. I don't know.
That's not MLA, no.
No.
Estuda.
Okay, forget about the 1 point.
Why?
No, 0.7.
Come next time.
Okay, so that's the end. Thank you very much for watching.
Yeah, but we have peace. What's the symbol that describes the Pope?
Okay, so on the bottom of your sheet, could you write number 1, either A, D, or in the back. Let's turn to the back of your sheet. Number 1. What simile describes this poem? This poem is like water to give you a drink. This poem is like a wild animal to chase your heart. This poem is like a big bus that has many people riding on it. Or this poem is like